Every day, borders around the world witness more than just crossings. They are scenes of high-stakes law enforcement action. Imagine the complexity at these bustling frontiers, where in a recent year alone, over 10,000 individuals with criminal records were apprehended. This startling statistic isn't just a number, it's a window into the intricate dance of security and surveillance that plays out across the globe. It raises crucial questions about safety, policy, and human rights. So, what's behind these numbers? Let's delve into the intriguing world of border security and criminal arrests. To grasp the current scenario, we need to rewind the clock a bit. Imagine a time not so long ago when border security was primarily about managing the flow of goods, rather than policing people. Fast forward to today and it's a whole different ballgame, with a sharp focus on curbing illegal immigration and preventing criminal activities. Let's introduce some jargon that pops up frequently in discussions about border security. Terms like apprehension and interdiction are not just fancy words. They are the bread and butter of agencies like the U.S. Customs and Border Protection and the Immigration and Customs Enforcement. These agencies, along with others, form the front line in the battle against illegal border crossings. Their role has expanded dramatically over the decades, adapting to the changing tides of global politics and migration patterns. This evolution has been marked by a significant increase in resources, technology, and, yes, controversies. With the stage set, let's see how the numbers have evolved. Starting our timeline in the early 2000s, the world looked quite different. The turn of the millennium saw borders that were notably more porous than they are today, and the numbers reflected a relatively steady flow of criminal arrests. In the year 2000, border arrests stood at a significant yet manageable count. However, the events of 2001 dramatically shifted global security paradigms. In response, countries around the world, especially the United States, implemented much stricter border controls. The immediate effect was palpable. By 2002, the number of criminals arrested at borders had surged by nearly 50% compared to the previous year. This spike was not merely a reflection of increased criminal activity, but rather an indication of tightened security measures and enhanced scrutiny. As the decade progressed, the numbers continued to tell a fascinating tale of enforcement and policy evolution. By the mid-2000s, technology had begun to play a more significant role in border security. Biometrics and advanced scanning systems were deployed, further influencing arrest rates. The number of criminals apprehended at the border saw another sharp increase, peaking around 2006. Moving into the 2010s, the focus shifted slightly from sheer numbers to more targeted approaches. Special units and task forces were set up to tackle specific types of cross-border crime, such as human trafficking and drug smuggling. These measures saw the arrest rates plateau as efforts became more focused on quality rather than quantity of detentions. The latter part of the decade brought about a new set of challenges and changes. Political climates shifted, and with them, policies. Around 2015, a notable decrease in arrests was observed, correlating with policy relaxations in some regions, while other areas tightened further, leading to localized spikes. As policies tightened, the numbers tell a story of fluctuation and reaction. Each policy change, each technological advancement, and each political shift painted a unique year in the ongoing canvas of border security. But policies aren't the only players. Global events significantly shape border security dynamics. Take, for instance, the economic crisis of 2008, which sent shockwaves around the globe. This period saw a stark increase in the number of individuals attempting to cross borders illegally, driven by the desperate need for economic stability. In the United States, the number of criminal arrests at the border saw a notable spike as people from economically stricken regions tried to enter in search of better opportunities. The desperation exacerbated by the economic downturn often pushed individuals into the hands of criminal networks, which promised passage across borders. Moving forward to the Arab Spring in 2011, political instability across multiple countries in the Middle East and North Africa led to another significant wave of migration. With governments toppling and civil unrest spreading, many sought refuge and safety beyond their homelands. This surge not only increased the volume of people at borders, but also the challenges associated with managing security and vetting entrants, inevitably increasing criminal arrests related to smuggling and other border-related offenses. Then there's the impact of the Syrian civil war, which began in 2011. The relentless conflict has displaced millions, creating one of the largest refugee crises in recent history. Many of these refugees sought to cross into Europe, leading to a crisis in 2015 that tested border policies and security measures. The overwhelming number of people moving across borders often overwhelmed existing security protocols, leading to a spike in criminal arrests as border officials struggled to differentiate between those needing asylum and potential security threats. Moreover, the ongoing global pandemic starting in 2020 has added yet another layer of complexity. With closed borders and heightened security, smuggling and illegal crossing attempts have become more sophisticated, leading to increased criminal arrests as authorities crack down on these enhanced evasion tactics. These events ripple across borders, influencing not just migration, but the nature of those who cross. As we move closer to our times, the plot thickens. Over the past decade, the landscape of border security and criminal arrests has been anything but static. The numbers, like the policies themselves, have danced to a complex tune of international politics, technological advances, and evolving strategies. Let's delve into the trends. Initially, the numbers saw a rise. This uptick wasn't just a matter of more criminals trying their luck at the borders, but also a reflection of enhanced enforcement techniques. Governments around the world started investing more heavily in border security, responding to global pressures and internal demands for safer national boundaries. Around the mid-2010s, several countries entered into new, robust agreements aimed at tightening borders. These weren't just bilateral pacts between neighbors. They were comprehensive treaties involving multiple nations, each bringing something to the table, be it technology, intelligence, or manpower. Such collaborations meant that the net woven to catch criminals at the borders became finer and wider. Speaking of technology, the past decade has seen a seismic shift in how borders are monitored. The introduction of advanced surveillance technologies, think high-resolution cameras, biometric scanners, and even drones, has revolutionized border security. These tools have not only increased the effectiveness of patrols, but have also provided a wealth of data to refine strategies further. These technological advancements have brought about a significant enhancement in identifying and arresting individuals attempting to cross borders unlawfully. However, it's not just about catching more criminals, it's about being smarter in how we catch them. Data analytics and predictive policing have started playing pivotal roles, enabling security forces to anticipate and mitigate risks before they materialize at the physical borders. Yet, it's crucial to note that with every technological stride, the challenge escalates. Criminal networks adapt and evolve, finding new loopholes and methods to breach security. This perpetual cat-and-mouse game ensures that policy and technology must continually evolve. With every new technology and treaty, the numbers shift, telling us a new part of the narrative. Not all years followed the expected patterns. When we examine the arrest data at the border over the years, certain spikes and dips stand out, painting a more nuanced picture of border security. Take, for instance, the year 2010, which saw a significant spike in arrests. This anomaly was largely due to a major law enforcement operation targeting smuggling networks. The operation, which was broader and more coordinated than typical annual efforts, temporarily boosted arrest figures. Conversely, 2015 witnessed a notable dip in arrest numbers. This was not due to a decrease in criminal activity, but rather a shift in administrative priorities and resource allocation. During this year, resources were diverted to other national security concerns, which led to a temporary reduction in border enforcement capabilities. Another intriguing year was 2019, where arrests unexpectedly doubled. This surge can be attributed to the implementation of new technology and surveillance systems, which enhanced detection capabilities at the border. The new tools allowed officers to identify and apprehend criminals who might have otherwise slipped through the net. Such fluctuations in the data are critical for understanding the dynamics at the border. They remind us that the numbers are not just cold statistics, They are influenced by a myriad of factors including policy decisions, resource allocations, international events, and technological advancements. These anomalies challenge our understanding and push for deeper analysis. After journeying through years and policies, what have we learned about the criminals arrested at borders? We've seen that the numbers ebb and flow, often influenced by global events and shifts in policy. The timeline of tension we explored reveals a pattern. Spikes in arrests often coincide with economic downturns, political unrest, or heightened security measures. Recent years have shown a significant increase in arrests, a testament to more stringent policies and advanced surveillance technologies. Yet, anomalies such as the unexpected drop in arrests during certain periods challenge us to look deeper, beyond the surface numbers. These fluctuations are not mere statistics. They represent real human actions and the complex interplay of international dynamics. Reflecting on these patterns, it's clear that understanding the nuances of border arrests is crucial for crafting effective security strategies. It informs not only how we manage borders, but also how we can foster safer, more lawful international interactions. Understanding these trends is not just about numbers, but about ensuring safety and legality at the world's thresholds.